guys, it's Krystal Lee Moore Lucier here, also known as your Home Sweet Home 519 Realtor, Krystal Lee Moore, with Lepage Triland Realty in London, Ontario, and this is Realtor Life, a fun and entertaining way to look at life in the trenches as a real estate agent in Ontario, and hopefully to learn some valuable tips and tricks that you can use in your career. Today we're going to be talking about refreshing, recharging, and scheduling, as well as time blocking. So a lot of people know that I am a fan of Brian Buffini and Buffini and Company. I do their coaching and huge fan. I was just lucky enough to go to the Peak Experience. Peak Experience is a special conference that takes place in Carlsbad, California every year up to now. I believe next year it's moving, but it is kind of a huge mastermind where you really get to dig deep and learn. And Brian Buffini talked about the effects of burnout. That was one of the themes this year. And it's so true. As a realtor, we are faced with so many opportunities to completely work ourselves to the bone. It is a 24-hour job sometimes with our phone that's always with us. And we want to do an amazing job for our clients. And whether the market is crazy, whether the market is slowing down, whatever it is, there are people that need us all the time. And it can be really hard to take that time for yourself. You can feel really guilty if you need to take time away. And unfortunately, the people that really suffer are your family and friends and your health. And if you're not your very best, how can you give your best to your clients and to those around you? So one of the biggest things to do for a refresh is to try to take maybe a day a week, which when I first heard, I was very stressed, but a whole day a week off. And also to take a weekend, a month off, and to take an entire week once a quarter and do something. You can go away, you can stay home, whatever you want, but just to take that time, because that's the time that you're really renewing your mind and your energy and your body. And things that you can do on a daily basis that were suggested to us are to try meditating. If you, pro tip, if you're not a big meditator, which I wasn't, there is a cool book by a man named Light Watkins, and the book is called Bliss More. So Bliss More, More, and Light, like light, Light, Watkins, Watkins. And Light Watkins, originally I found out about him from an article I was reading about Meghan Markle, and I'm still a fan of Meghan, very much so. But it was about this gentleman who created the type of environment and shared the type of meditation that was called Vedic meditation. So the idea is that it is a comfortable meditation. You are not forcing your body into an uncomfortable position to try and reach some decided upon state, but you're really trying to relax and just zone into your own breath, into the world around you, and really take that peace. So there's a 30-day challenge if you buy the book. I suggest you buy it. That's what I did, and it was awesome. So even if you just take a few minutes, I wish I was still doing the challenge. I may do it again because it is very relaxing and very centering. The other thing you can do is Neil Pasricha, who's a fellow Canadian and Ontarian. He just lives in Toronto, but Neil wrote the Book of Awesome and was the creator of 1000awesomethings.com. I have not checked, but I hope it's still there because this website and Neil's TED Talk back in 2011 changed my life. But Neil talks about 2 minutes every day, and it's 2 minutes times 3, so it's a little misleading, but the first 2 minutes are in your morning. You take 2 minutes to add to your journaling or create a journal, and you talk about what you are going to let go of. So something that you're going to let go of, maybe a negative feeling, maybe a disappointment, something, and then you describe something you are grateful for. And then you describe something that you're going to focus on for the day. So that's how you start your day. 2 minutes at the midday. So Neil talked about forest bathing, which is a Japanese term, and it really means you walk in a forest and you just take in nature, and it's beautiful. We discussed it as a group at length at this conference, and we said for those of us that are lucky enough to live next to a forest, this is amazing. But if you don't live next to a forest, there are some pretty fun and helpful YouTube videos that simulate walking in a forest, and you can put that on for 2 minutes and just zone out midday to give yourself a little refresh. And then at the end of the night, for 2 minutes, read a fiction book. So one of the reasons you do that is you want to take yourself out of your life and put yourself into a fictional character's life, and really just reset your brain. And so I've tried doing this. It is pretty cool, and I really recommend it. For those of you that read fiction all the time, I envy you. I let myself read fiction. For every 3 business development books I read, I'm allowed to read a fiction. And that's just because I get way too into the fiction and then nothing gets done. So those are the suggestions from Neil Pasricha and from Light Watkins. And then time blocking. So as part of my work with Kathleen Black Coaching Company, I coach with them as well. They had some pretty great things to say about time blocking. And I know Richard Robbins International, who I also coach with, has some really great time blocking. And the key with all of them is to block out the time that you need for yourself first, so that you can then be there for everyone around you. So make sure you're taking that time to journal in the morning and to work out. Make sure you're getting enough sleep, and also make sure you're blocking out time for work, because it can be really tough with our cell phones and we're always on call. It can be really tough to carve out time where you are proactively getting things done, and we need to reach out to our clients proactively. We need to be sending out our notes and keeping our statistics, keeping our clients informed about what's going on in the market, especially in times like this when it's a little bit up and down. So those are my suggestions. A podcast, if you'd like to listen to in addition to mine, thank you for listening, is MWF. So I believe it's called, it's Rob Dial, and it is Mindset Motivation. So I recommend you listen to 1 episode a day. They're about 10 minutes, and I'm on episode 55. It starts to get a little heavy on the advertising by then, but the messaging is still really great, and they're all reminders. So anyone who has gone down the personal growth journey has probably heard almost all of what Rob is saying, but he really puts it into perspective. And he also has an interview with Hal Elrod, who wrote The Miracle Morning. So that's a pretty cool reminder as well. So just remember, take control of your day, take control of your life. We are working so that we can have this amazing life. We're not living just to work, and the people around us will really appreciate it. I know my husband and my kids really appreciate the time that I'm spending with them. And it's nice to be able to say, okay, this is your time, and put that phone down. So that is all I have to say for now. Please keep your goals fresh. As you know, we do the 5 circle goals. So those are goals in the 5 circles of your life, which are personal, financial, family, spiritual, and business. So they're all very important, and the key is just to make sure you're writing them down. I like to use a vision board. I have it in front of me at all times. So it's important that I know what direction I'm going in, and it's important that we all know what direction we're going in, because wherever you aim, that's where you're going to end up closest to. So I hope you all have an amazing day. It's Krystal Lee Moore Lucier, also known as your home sweet home 519 Realtor, Krystal Lee Moore, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week.